AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com. And streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Bad Girls Club After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Bad Girls Club After Show.
Go ahead, Mykee. I'm not doing that. Why not? Wow, what a hater.
I'm not hating.
Siobhan would be very disappointed in
I'm under the weather. That's what it is.
Siobhan, sassy black girl hands. Yo, what up, AfterBuzz? This Bing is for doing, and we are here doing another AfterBuzz TV after show for the Bad Girls Club Season 10, Episode 10. Don't cry for me, Valentina.
Don't cry.
Don't cry.
I'm not crying. I'm actually throwing up in disgust.
Why?
Because Valentina's just nasty.
Yep, well, apparently the fans have spoken, and they feel the exact same way. Not one person. I know last week we asked if anyone could find a single hope for Valentina to let us know, and no one could. They just had some pretty negative words, which we won't speak of. But it's your boy DJ Jesse Janedy, joined in studio by Sir Mykee Wattz.
What's up?
Unfortunately, Cameron Marson decided to flake out tonight, and I know he's watching, so Siobhan Hughes, unfortunately, cannot be with us either, but it's okay because we are going to have the one and only Stephanie George join us on the phone. She's going to be calling in and giving us all the Bad Girls drama. But let's start this off. Basically, they started from last week with Shannon and Valentina. Valentina, I mean, she said it best. She said she was bipolar. She said she was crazy. Here she is starting with Shannon. I think she was scared of Shannon. You think she was scared of Shannon?
Maybe. I think we said that in the last show. She saw the strength of Shannon and kind of got a...
Because usually she's real quick to throw a punch, and this time she just was doing that like little arm tassel thing back and forth.
Yeah, little chicken arms.
Yeah, with her little chicken arms. And then on top of it, my favorite part of that whole situation was Valentina saying, "Get off of me!" Like, bitch, you came on top of me. What are you doing? We have a caller calling in right now. Caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
They hung up.
Oh, all right. Never mind. I call her.
Oh, that's how you feel?
Okay, after that, while they're fighting, Alicia decides to stick up for her Valentina and calls Shannon a hoe and says that she gets pimped out.
Where did that come from?
I feel like the girls know something in the house.
Well, yeah, I mean, in my notes I wrote, if it wasn't true, why be so upset over it?
Right, and that's why I'm kind of excited that Stephanie is going to call in because maybe she can give us a little inside scoop. But yes, Shannon obviously was really nervous about it. Rocky really took it to heart. And all the girls really did. I mean, that's kind of messed up. And it kind of goes to the point of who are all these guys that Shannon is hitting up?
Sugar daddies?
Could be. But if that was the case, how'd you feel about Alicia making that comment? Is it like it's the Bad Girls Club? I really didn't think it was
a big deal. It's the Bad Girls Club. We've heard worse. So to me, it was just a normal day in Ratchetville.
Well, what did you think as far as Valentina all of a sudden hearing that and then flipping sides? Literally 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Valentina is a loser. She gets a donkey of the day. I mean, she says, first she goes and apologizes and says, "I'm not saying sorry for Alicia, I'm saying sorry for me," and then goes and has this picnic with Alicia and says, "I said sorry for you,
right? Not
me. I don't apologize for me." So the girl clearly is off her rocker, and she knows she's lying, and she's playing the game. She's playing the game. She's playing it horribly.
Really? You think she's playing the game?
That's part of playing the game. She's lying to her friend's face, saying, "I wasn't apologizing for myself. I was apologizing for you. But no, in reality, you're basically lying. You're trying to make yourself look good on one end, and then actually on both ends, actually.
See,
and I don't know. I'm not saying she's playing the game right, but she's doing a little.
well, we have a
something.
caller on the line. Caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
Caller, you're on the line.
Hello?
Caller, you're on the line. All right.
All right.
Well, now we have Stephanie, so
All right, Stephanie, you're on the line.
thank you for calling AfterBuzz. Stephanie, you are on the line.
Hi, how are you?
What is up, Stephanie? I'm so glad you can call in. We have so many questions. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephanie George on the phone.
Can we get a hand clap?
Thanks so much for having me.
What has been going on, girl? I know that all the...
God, so much. Everything's been going on.
I can
Oh, my
imagine.
God.
You guys obviously wrapped up. You had the reunion situation. We heard there was some beef going on there. A bunch of girls went out for the BGC All-Star Battle. Heard that there was some drama there.
Heard there was a lot of drama.
But I want to talk to you about tonight's episode because, I mean, you were there, and the one thing that we've all said throughout the whole season is you're kind of the middleman. You kind of, you're like the undercover, you just go in and out. You don't, you go in, you're stealthy, you witness the fights, but you don't ever get involved.
She had a couple moments.
You had a couple moments at the beginning.
The thing is, like, it's not about getting involved. It's like, if you think about it, what fight was I needed for? Nobody
Right.
in the house is talking about me. They're usually saying general statements when they're saying all those other, all the other girls or whatever. Nobody's really coming for me right now. So it's kind of like, why would I get involved? Like,
Right
I have a different personality. For me, I used to be popping off all the time, but once you get there, you're kind of like, I didn't really understand why everyone was fighting. Something so small became something so big, and I kind of just stood to it as, would I fight over this in New York? Like, that's not my personality. So I kind of was in my own world. I wasn't really, I was in the middle of it, yeah, but I wasn't really taking any sides. I was just kind of to myself a lot, and I gravitated towards Alicia, Valentina, Paula, and all the other girls because we have much more in common. I didn't really have much in common with Shannon and Rocky. So I gravitated towards them, but I still kind of did my own thing. And it kind of, you kind of don't see me throughout the season, which is kind of crazy because I was doing so many different things. Like a lot of those arguments started because I said something or,
Really?
I didn't know that the other girls didn't know that. And it kind of made it seem like, oh, I heard you were talking about me. But it was really me like, oh, I heard her saying that and they didn't know because I'm the middleman and I'm neutral. So everyone can say whatever they want around me.
Mm-hmm. So, Stephanie, you was being messy.
Crazy.
You was being messy. Admit, and I'm just kidding.
I wasn't being, I just was being real, like I would be like, oh, okay, you said that about her. She's standing right there. So how about you say, what I'm saying? Like it was weird. It was kind of like being in high school again. It's like staying back 10 times.
All right, so here, tell us about, you go into the house. I mean, for the most part, what made you want to be involved with Bad Girls Club?
A lot of people told me throughout the years, like, oh, you should be on this show called The Bad Girls Club. And I've watched it, like, a long time ago, and I was, like, still in high school, like, episode, like, when Natalie Nunn and all of them were on there. And,
she's so old.
They were like, yo, you should get on that show, like it's crazy, you're passing out in the club, you're a crazy stripper, you fight everybody. And like I really was, like in New York I was a hothead, I was crazy, I was small, I'm like in 10 inch heels fighting in the strip club, and I'm like, you know what, let me just go in. So I auditioned, and I kind of walked in and everyone was like, wow, this chick she's small, and all these girls were like super bad and just looked angry. And I walked in like, you know what? I don't even know why I'm here. Like, I'm not even bad. I just want to get drunk and just hang out. And they just kept on moving me through. So, I mean, I guess they saw something in me. And of course, when they did background checks and stuff like that, they do see that you are bad. So I guess they just like my vibe.
All right. And obviously your record too. But all right. So you go into the house. You said you click obviously more with Alicia and them. tell me a little bit about Paula, because at first we all saw Paula and she seemed like the mother hen of the house, and then all of a sudden it seemed like a little craziness hit Paula and she started popping off, and now towards this episode she seems like she's more team Stephanie, the laid back, like, okay, we need to keep control. You guys seem like you guys are like crowd control in that place.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to, just because it's not healthy, you know. Like, I know it's the Bad Girls Club, but they were scrapping every day. So, you know, you kind of go crazy. There's a lot of pressure when you walk into the Bad Girls Club. There's, you know, cameras everywhere. You don't have privacy. You have mics on. You have all these lights on you, and it's no privacy. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So sometimes, I guess Paula, you know, she definitely was like mother, you know, she had that motherly instinct. She definitely took, you know, she told us when we were acting crazy, but, you know, she's still a bad girl at the end of the day. You're still in the Bad Girls Club, so she definitely popped off. But now, you know, you after you pop off and you realize what you did, being in the Bad Girls Club, a lot of people get it twisted. It's about working on yourself, and throughout the years, people just want to see the fights, and, you know, that's how bad girls don't get recognized no more. It's like you get off a fight, you try to be so bad, and you don't change. You actually get worse after you get off the show. So Paula basically saw that, you know, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should just chill. I need to, you know, kind of work on myself and just, you know, have fun, because it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So, you know, she kind of just laid back. I mean, it's just kind of weird that, you know, you get in the house and you kind of have to, you know, be yourself. Like, you just have to be you. And if you're crazy, that's good. But, you know, if you're just a chill person, you just be you.
Let's get
that's
to
how I was. Like, I'm going to be me. I don't care if they show me. I'm going to do me. Like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm going to just be Stephanie at the end of the day.
Let's get to the juicy stuff. Are you still with Andre?
Yeah, we heard you living with Andre.
I am still with Andre. I do live with Andre. We just got an apartment in Atlanta, and I still live in New York, too. I'm in New York right now. I go back and forth. But, you know, I'm taking it easy right now. I love Atlanta. It's definitely my second home. And, yeah, we're
So Andre turned you from lesbian to back to straight?
Or were you,
I wouldn't say I'm straight.
Oh, really?
I would just say that I'm in a relationship with a man. I mean, I still love women. I've been dating women since I was 14. I mean, how could I just totally turn straight now?
Well, there you go.
Wow. Okay.
All right, so I want to ask you this, because we watched tonight's episode. Valentina is off her damn rocker with these. I mean, I don't know how y'all didn't get earplugs living in that house with this girl, the way she screams. And then Alicia comes to the left and calls Shannon out and calls her a hoe and says she got pimped out. And everybody, I mean, like,
is there truth to that?
It's the Bad Girls Club. So y'all are sitting there. You guys call each other names all the time. Why did this?
Yeah, I think, you know, we kind of, you know, I can't say much about it. It's just, you know, I kind of warned them, like, yo, be careful. You don't know. You know, I'm a stripper. I know everything. I can pick up vibes. So I was kind of like, you know, you never know who in the house got paying, so don't say anything. Because we were just having a discussion. It wasn't about Shannon. It was just about general, you know, just, we, you know, late night conversations, talking about pimps and hoes, you know, I guess that's a normal thing in the Bad Girls Club. But, you know, I guess, you know, maybe she told Alicia something. You know, Alicia, maybe she knew something that we didn't know. But, you know, obviously kind of just said something like, you know, everybody, you know, you can call people names and stuff like that. But just if you know some information from someone, and, you know, just don't use it against them like that. And I guess, you know, everybody kind of was, you know, knew a little something, you know, had a little bit of feeling about it. And Alicia just called it out. It was a low blow. But, you know, everybody kind of was apologetic after it. So, you know, that's what it is, being a bad girl. Like, you kind of have to learn and just say sorry. You know, when you push the limit, sometimes you don't want to be in that position. You know, everyone has things in their closet that they're not proud of, or whatever it is, you know, and it could have been me too. Somebody would say to me, you know, I don't like strippers, or that's why you've only been a stripper, that's why you'll only be a stripper. You know, that would have hurt my feelings. So, you know, as a female, I think everybody just clicked in and was like, yo, you're wrong, you know?
And that was big. I mean, honestly,
I didn't think it was that bad of a statement. I mean,
well, we don't. I mean,
because it wasn't even a fight because the public's not there. You know, that fight went on for like 2 hours, so you guys don't see it. All you guys see is, you know, 30 seconds of it, you don't know what happened 3 days before that. You know?
I'm gonna be real with you, Stephanie. They cut some rough shots of you sometimes. Sometimes you be just sitting there smoking your cigarette, and you must not. So these girls must be fighting all night because you look like you've been up for hours, just like, can I please go to bed? Like you be looking like you be going.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Yup, that's right. I do look rough sometimes, but you know what? That's how I would look in my house in New York. And it's, you know, you have 6 other roommates. Of course, it's going to be noise. You have production running around and stuff like that. Some of them are fighting. And it's crazy because, like, in some of my interviews, I do look tired or I have extra makeup on because these bitches have been fighting all night. All night.
All right, so
and I'm like, oh my God!
Is this true? We heard a rumor from a bad girl, slight rumor that y'all had it so bad, like there was so much fighting in the house that you guys actually had patrol guards going through the hallways at night. Is that true?
Yeah. You know, there's been some instances where the security guards did have to sleep in the room, or not sleep in the room, but sit down in the chair and, you know, kind of make sure. Or we would be secluded, or, you know, it's a safety issue. You know, you guys think it's all good in games and it's a good fight on TV, but y'all don't know that these fights go on for 6 hours at a time. You know, they see each other again, and, you know, they just start brawling. You know, it's crazy. You know, it's not healthy. I felt like I was in jail at times. You know, it was kind of like that. Oh, I'm going to get you back as soon as I see you. And it was fighting. Like, at one point, there was fighting every day. Like, we would stop fighting for, like, a week. And then, like, literally, they would fight for 4 days straight. It was crazy.
Yeah, because this is the first season I've ever seen, like, actual, like, police with guns and, like, running in there. Like, I've never seen that on Bad Girls, like, inside the house. That was crazy to me. So, speaking of coming out, another rumor that I've heard is that Rocky is in a relationship with Zuli. And from last season. Now, on tonight's episode, Rocky apparently decides, hey, I'm going to come out. Were
you a little jealous she was rocking the other side of the boat? Or were you just...
I think she was always a little curious.
Thank you.
Yeah, she was always a little... You just don't all of a sudden, oh, my God, I had no idea that I like girls. I think Rocky was always a little curious. In Atlanta, you know, it's a huge gay community. So I think she felt comfortable. I was always around the house talking about girls. And even though I was with Andre, I was definitely talking about all this. I was definitely getting a lot of play. I can't believe that they're not showing anything because I was so into girls on the show. And
yeah, because we call you a fake lesbian on the show. We're like, she talked up this game.
She ain't really
like, I had my ex-girlfriends calling the phone, like, ready to beat me up. You know, I didn't go to Diamonds of Atlanta that time. I got sick that I got out of the thing because my ex-girlfriend was a stripper at Diamonds of Atlanta, and I didn't want to go see her. Like, it's so many stories. Like, it's crazy. Like, I was going to bring this girl home from the club, and, like, I was too drunk. A lot of stuff happened with me on the show, and it was involving the public.
Did you hook up with any of the girls in the house?
Yeah, I mean, you guys will see a lot of stuff. My drama starts coming towards the end of the season.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I want to see you turn it up.
If that's how they want to play it, because, you know, before, you know, they can't fit anything in. They're going on a certain storyline, and my storylines are like, I'm having issues with everybody else other than whoever's in the house. You know, like it's just, I was just like, oh my God, I don't even know what I'm doing right now. But, yeah, I mean, I think Rocky was definitely gay before. She just was curious and didn't know how to come out. And I think they are together. I'm not sure. Like, I've heard rumors, too. I've just seen the Twitter. I've seen as much as you guys seen.
I heard some stories, and we're going to see some stuff on All-Star Battle. But I want to get into some relationships now. I want to talk about you and Andre. You know, you meet Andre. I met Andre at the Vegas Bash this past the past Vegas Bash. Andre, he was really cool. And you know, you instant connection. And then you find out he was on Tool Academy, and then he was on, I can't remember what the other TV show he was on. He was on 2 TV shows.
Love Games. I actually found out he was on Love Games before, and I was just so stupid that I never Googled his name. And like later on in the season, I'm like, I get on the computer and I'm like, oh my God, he was on the Tool Academy. Like, oh my God.
Like, what was that discussion
terrible.
like? What was that discussion like with him? Like, I know we saw like a little something on the phone, but no, there had to have been something deeper than that. Like, you really had to let him
didn't show me swinging on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't show any of that. Like, that time that we were at Alicia's birthday party, I wasn't there because I was outside fighting Andre. I punched him in the face like 6 times for finding out that he had a baby. So, you know, like, it was, it was a lot of drama.
Andre, the gift that keeps on giving. There he goes.
No, he's good, though. You know, a lot of things people don't want to be seen on TV. I definitely think that he was a little scared to tell me that he was on Love Games. Like, he was actually not able to because they didn't reveal the cast yet. So they just finished shooting like 3 weeks before we started shooting. So I guess they couldn't tell us. I mean, he told me that he was on TV before, but I just didn't really pay attention to it. So when I did find out, I was kind of hurt. Like, he was my homie. They didn't show us as friends before. Like, they just showed us hooking up. But, like, we were real close. We were real homies. And, like, I was so hurt that, you know, he didn't tell me. But, you know, I got over it. It's nothing to be proud about being on the Tool Academy.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
I'm a stripper, so.
What guy's really going to be like, hey, my name's Andre. I was on Tool Academy. I mean, you know, I got to give him that. No one's going to be going
You know what? It's crazy because I watched his season on the Tool Academy, and I was like, this guy
did too.
Like, he's so ugly and all this stuff, and I was like, oh, my God.
So when he had the cornrows?
Amazing what a pair of clippers will do for you.
Right.
Yo, so what is up with this Mona Lisa? You was looking mighty sexy in that Mona Lisa
Hand
video.
claps for that in your body.
Hand claps for that. Is Andre coming out with a CD? Are you working on music too? What's going on? What's the deal? What's going on?
Oh, yeah. I'm actually an audio engineer, and I started, you know, I do radio too, but right now I'm doing audio engineering and producing.
Really?
So I'm not really coming out with it just because I'm a female and it's hard to kind of come out as a female. But I'm working under a male name right now.
Okay.
So anything that I do, the projects that do come out that do make money off of whatever, a lot of people wouldn't know. I'm kind of building my name up right now under a male name.
That's gangsta.
And then once it gets big enough, I'll come out with my female name.
Okay.
And say that.
All right, so I want to get into another relationship that happened tonight. We had Alicia and Yosan, who, I mean, the way, now, all right, I've been doing this for seasons now, so I know how producers can link things together.
Right.
And obviously, they built up, you know, Alicia's family coming and Yosan coming, and they kind of played Yosan, as she kept saying twice, he holds a special place in my heart. She said that like 4 damn times. Now, before we get into him, you said that, you know, it was great to see Alicia's mom because you felt like she had raised you. What was that? What made you say that? Make that statement?
You know, before that, we used to all talk to Alicia's mom on the phone, and she was just really warm. And sometimes when you were like, yo, I'm having a bad day, you know, like, how are you? She used to give you some good advice. Like, you know, baby, your life is going to change after this. Just take the opportunities. And, you know, my grandmother raised me, and, like, they're very, 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 like, kind-hearted. She has the same heart. Like, my mom is not like that, but Alicia's mom is very sweet, and she definitely reminded me of the woman who raised me. So that's why, you know, that's why we were all like lovey-dovey. You know, I know it's kind of weird that, you know, to the public it doesn't look like we're close, but we all had a good relationship with Alicia's mom.
There you go. All right, so, I mean, no one had as good as a relationship as Nancy and Yosan that night because... I mean, when you first met Yosan, were you guys under the impression that Alicia might like him, or did she clearly say, like, no, we're just friends, like, that's the homie, like, I ain't trying to do that?
I knew because I was Alicia's roomie, and she just kept on talking about, yeah, my friend Yosan, and, you know, we were all outside, and we were kind of like, yo, you know, so how you feel about him? Do you like him? And she was like, no, but you can kind of tell when somebody has a little feeling for someone, you know, they're very you know, when they keep on expressing how close they are to them or how they hold a special place in your heart or, you know, how you guys go way back. So I kind of knew, but she kept on saying, you know, whoever wants him can get him. So I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that. You know, I don't like him. He's not my type. I'm not ready for that. But, like, everybody kind of had an idea. But I definitely think alcohol, you know, we were drinking a lot that night. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I thought nothing happened, but I was very surprised
Dude looked like he
to watch the episode tonight because I didn't know all of that went down.
Dude looked like he smelled like crap. I mean,
oh my God, wow.
Hey, I'm sorry.
That was aggressive.
I'm sorry. I'm just sad. Just saying.
That was aggressive.
Just saying.
All right. So
he was cool though. He's a rapper. He's you know, Atlanta. Everybody's a rapper, but he's like on World Star and stuff like that. He was really cool. He was nice. So shout out to Yo Son. He was a nice dude.
Shout out.
Nancy said she didn't care about Alicia's feelings, which that was kind of, to me, a messed up statement. I mean, where did Nancy stand in the house as far as, I mean, because you can't really tell like who she clicks with. I mean, what was your initial reaction to Nancy, and was she cool with everyone, or did she kind of keep her distance from everybody?
You know what? It was basically Alicia and Valentina were together all the time. Mm-hmm. For me, it was like kind of me and Paula, and Nancy kind of gravitated to she kind of brought us together, but she gravitated towards me. So it was me and Nancy. A lot of the shots, you guys don't see us, but we hang out a lot. So she's just a loner too. Like, she's not a loner, but she's not really taking sides with anyone. She just basically goes on what's right and what's wrong. So, you know, that's how Paula is. That's how I was. We're not really just, oh, that's my chick. I'm ride or die. Because when Paula fought Shannon, I was mad at her that whole day because she was, you know, kind of letting Shannon bring the bad out of her. And I'm like, yo, chill out, you know. So I told her when she was wrong. So it's basically Nancy just going with the flow, whoever she feels, you know, whoever she's feeling that day. I don't think her and Alicia were really clicking, you know, first off, because Alicia kind of just didn't want to meet the new girl. She was just kind of over it. So I think there was a little bit of bad blood between them.
She put your boy Yo Son on blast. She said his kiss was good, but his dick wasn't.
Oops.
Damn. On national television.
I heard.
National television. That's crazy.
Yo Son ain't gonna be on World Star for a minute.
Ain't no video on World Star can keep you coming back from that.
I heard that. I was like, oh no, but yeah, I mean, he was trending on Twitter, so I mean, some girls kind of liked him. So
There you go.
It is.
All right, so where do you stand as far as with Rocky and Shannon? Well, not now, but when in the house, during this time when Yo-san came, where did you stand as far as Shannon? Do you think Shannon is manipulative? Because, I mean, all of our hosts aren't here, but we're kind of split. Some of the hosts feel that Shannon's really manipulative and really good at playing the game. And I mean, I feel like
she just seems like she's batty crazy. I mean,
I feel like she's playing some sort of game, but I kind of think she's really emotional.
She's a stripper. Like, she's playing that game. You know, Shannon took a very easy route in the house.
Oh, you said she's a flipper.
At first, I thought she was really smart, and then I was like, wait a minute, something's not right. Like, something's really fake. Like, she was real comfortable with being fake.
She seems real off.
I kind of was like, yo, I know this game. I'm a stripper. I run into chicks like these all the time. I'm used to it. So everyone else was kind of like, oh, she's so fake. For me, it didn't bother me because I'm around it all the time. So with Shannon, you know, I talk to Shannon sometimes like, oh, yeah, that's what's up. That's cool. Just cordial. But, you know, you can't really – Alicia has so much beef with Shannon because the first week they clicked and they were like best friends and they were like – always together and like always laughing and having fun. So when that whole prank thing happened, Alicia was hurt. But for me, it was like, don't get close to someone like that because you can't read them, and then they do you wrong, and you're really messed up. So I just kept my distance from Shannon. I didn't let her annoy me. She wasn't really getting on my nerves. She was just doing her. And I liked it. It was a good relationship. It was like, hey, how you doing? Good morning. What are you doing today? Okay, that's what's up. And kept my distance and kept it going. You know, it wasn't like, oh my God, having these in-depth conversations with her. I didn't need to because she wasn't benefiting me in no type of way. So, you know, I just kind of kept my distance away from her. And Rocky Rocky was kind of annoying to me in the beginning just because she kind of felt like she needed to like have a guard up and kind of, you know, be the bad girl in the beginning, and I just wasn't feeling that, so I wasn't really trying to mess with her. And I told Rocky, you know, in the beginning of that, I didn't like her, so I just kept my distance away from her. And towards, you know, this episode, I start liking her a little bit more. I'm a little open to her, so I'm not really messing with them, but
you know, you keep the
I'm
peace.
just content with them.
I feel like somebody should have told Sherman or Shannon. I call her Sherman. Somebody should have told her about them 90s get up. Those outfits are horrible. It's like a bad stripper.
I told her.
I used to call her Glitterati because it was either like she was really expressive, like her shoes were always on point, but like her outfits were so like it's so stripper.
Wait, but okay,
it's like
stripper.
1990s Las Vegas stripper.
Wait, it could be stripper, or I feel like she's really she's using this platform to try and get on the WWE. I feel like she's using bad girls.
You know, she might, because I've seen it on Twitter. Like her and Rocky were on like WWE. They had like a picture, like I guess like bad girls. I don't know. It was weird, but
really,
I mean, she should. She looks like China. You know, the wrestler China.
Yes, exactly.
Gotta get off the
She looks like her. That's who I thought it was when I first walked in. I was like, oh, you know, like she looks like a wrestler, but. I mean, I don't know, man. You get used to it. You're like, oh, gosh, she's wearing that? Jesus, man, wow, that's crazy. It's 90 degrees and you're wearing like a polar bear outfit.
Right.
You know, it's 90 degrees in Georgia.
Are you maintaining any relationships with any of the girls from your season after the show?
Yeah. I still speak to Valentina. Me and Valentina are really close. I speak to Jennifer here and then. I speak to Paula like every week. I speak to who else do I speak to? I speak to Nancy here and there, and I mean that's basically it. You know, we're a lot of them are busy. You know, they're on the move, and a lot of them are really Hollywood now, and I can't even get in touch with them without getting through their manager. So, you know, some of them are Hollywood and some of them are not. So you know, the ones that kept it real, I keep in contact with. You know, Shannon and Rocky, I can't really say much for because I was not close to them in the season, so it would be fake for me to get close to them now. So I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, they're doing what they're doing. You know, I have a special bond with all these girls in the house.
Right.
They all did something good for me. I learned from all of them. They're all beautiful people. They just have trust issues. Every bad girl in that house has some issue with trusting or being conniving or whatever. So they all hold a special place, you know, especially when I got off. I was like, damn, I really miss her. Like, you know, I hated her on the show, but, you know, I kind of miss her being around me. So, you know, you have a special bond with them.
What's your special,
I keep in contact with them.
What's your special place for Valentina? I mean, you told us about Rocky, you told us about Shannon. I mean, because the thing about Valentina, I mean, there are times where I can see, because I know editing has a lot to do with it. I can see where Valentina could have redeeming qualities.
The Nigerian nightmare.
Unfortunately, she gave them way too much to not show that. But I mean, sometimes I know you got to sit back and look at her like, girl, we calm the hell down. Like,
so that crazy.
Yeah. But you know, they're bad girls. You know, at the end of the day, everyone has like.
There's a difference between bad girls.
Some people have long fuses, and you know, a lot of the shots you guys don't see, but you know, people are being conniving, you know, and they're not really showing it, and you know, she's just not having it. Valentina acts on instinct sometimes.
But like the panty thing, the panty situation tonight. What was it really about the panties, or was it more about the people drinking the bottle?
Gucci and Waka Flocka were sitting right across from us, and they were not trying to. You know, usually there was a lot of celebrities on the show, but you know, Gucci Mane and Waka Flocka were sitting right across from us, and. You know, they were kind of cool with us in the beginning until, you know, the whole Shannon, you know, she was, you know, for me, and it's crazy for me to say this because I was the one who was like in the episode 1 lifting my dress up and making money.
Right.
But I kind of knew that nobody like really, really special was in the club. So I'm like, I'm going to just do it. You know, I'm fun. This is whatever. This is day 2. I'm going in. But everybody, it was like, I think Waka's mixtape release party.
Okay.
And they were sitting right across from us, and, she was just kind of walking around with, a flower dress and, like, glow-in-the-dark underwear, and it was just kind of sloppy. It wasn't tasteful, so they were kind of embarrassed. I was embarrassed, and, there was a lot of people that they invited. It was 7 of us already with one bottle, and they invited, like, 7 other people, and they, like, were trying to kill our bottle, and it was embarrassing. It was a little embarrassing. So I do understand why Valentina was mad. And there have been instances before to where, we've had problems with the whole groupie situation. Not groupie, but just not presenting yourself good.
Right.
One bad girl does something to a celebrity or says something or kind of handles their way kind of sloppy in front of a celebrity, and they're automatically going to think, oh, that was the girl from the Bad Girls Club.
But
you know
come
what I'm saying?
on.
They don't know which one it is,
But let's
they
be
know
real
which one
here,
of us.
though. It's not like it's Jay-Z and Beyonce. It's Gucci Mane and Waka Flocka.
I mean, well, no, and I understand it too.
You think they would like it, right?
I get it to a point, but I think, to me, Valentina took it to a whole new level. And one thing I will say, where Rocky made a very good point, she said there are so many other things that you can get mad at. And you're getting mad over the panties, but last night you didn't want to get hyphy towards Nancy because she was hooking up with your girl's friend. You didn't.
Oh yeah, and I definitely understood that. I was like, oh man, like y'all, hello, like I mean, I don't know, man.
Do you think they were afraid of Nancy?
I think Valentina does music, so she was a little embarrassed that Gucci Mane and Waka Flocka, their manager, their manager was there, and it's a lot. It was a lot of industry people there.
Valentina does music.
It was a little inappropriate, and you can't see that because there's a different story. Like at Magic City, there was an underlying story. Like Future was there. We were with Future. We were with Travis Porter before. They were chilling with us, and some things happened, and they made it seem like it was completely different.
Okay.
So
what kind of music does Valentina do? Is she a rapper too?
I don't know what type of music she does. I know she's good at writing music. She does like
I believe it. She's got a lot of emotions in her. I believe it. I can't really talk about it. I don't know if she wants me to release that, but she's really talented. Nice. All right, so now I know a lot of girls from Bad Girls, they get in beefs with other seasons of Bad Girls. Is there anyone that's kind of like tried to come for you?
She kind of laughed at that one.
You kind of have beef with? I know you kind of you take a step back and you don't really deal with that, but is there anybody that's really tried you?
I'm sure there is, though.
I am not really the catty type. I usually wanted to sleep with all the other bad girls. I wasn't really like, oh my God, I hate her. What's she wearing for? I was the one that was trying to sleep with every other bad girl in every other season. I'm like, oh my God, I got my foot in the door. These girls look good. Like, which one do I want to talk to first?
You better work it
Nobody
out.
really tried me. There was one instance that I did have on Twitter that one of the other bad girls said that me and Andre's relationship seemed fake.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was the only thing that I've ever heard, but I've never really, seen it. So, no, nobody's really tried me. I've heard of horror stories like, oh, my God, this bad girl wanted to fight me or whatever. But, it's kind of, if you stay focused on you, nobody's really going to mess with you. You don't have to pay attention. If you're monitoring Twitter or the blogs, then that's when you'll start getting into fights. But I was just kind of over the fighting, like just like whatever, I don't want to deal with none of this shit no more,
So Stephanie, tell me, what is life like after the Bad Girls Club? What's going on with you?
Oh my God, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Are you still dancing?
No, I'm not. And if I had to, I would. But right now, I'm at the point where I'm comfortable, I'm content. I'm doing a lot of bookings, so I'm good. And I'm working on things, like radio and stuff that is generating money to where I wouldn't have to dance.
Where can we listen to you on the radio?
And I have a man.
Where can we listen to on the radio?
I have my SG radio, but I'm definitely working with a couple of radio stations. I'm trying to see which one I want to get picked for right now.
She said I have
But SG radio is on my website, stephaniegeorge.com/SG radio.
I'm not mad at you for that.
I have a couple of interviews there.
There we go. Okay, so what was the number one lesson that you learned from Bad Girls Club? Like you went in, you had this whole experience. What have you pulled away from that? How has it changed your life?
Oh man, that's a crazy question. I've learned that you don't have to say that you're a bad chick, like a bad bitch, in order to, like, there's a lot of girls that came in the house that were like, oh, I'm the baddest, and like, it just doesn't look right. I think you just have to learn. If you're not going to learn from yourself, from your mistakes, going into the Bad Girls Club, you will learn from everybody else's mistakes. So, you know, I did learn how to kind of be a lady. You know, a lot of the girls were dressing me a lot because I was literally going out in stripper gear, like, all the time.
Wait, but real talk, Stephanie?
Your outfits were the best.
Your little black dress with the gold
all
chain.
your outfits, man.
Because Alicia with the Hello Kitty things and the tracksuits, like, girl, bye. No, I can't with those. I couldn't with those.
We actually voted. We thought you were the best and most
dressed.
well kept. So, you know.
Thank you. Yeah, I was, you know, I had a lot of time on my hands, you know, while everyone was fighting. I was kind of like putting my makeup on, or, you know, just kind of seeing what outfit I want to wear. I'm like, shoot, I want to be on TV. If I'm not fighting, I'm going to show look good. So, you know, if I wasn't looking like a dump in the morning, I was either really dressed up. So, you know, the Bad Girls Club definitely changed my life. I used to be homeless before. I've been in bad situations. I've been in a bad situation before. Like, right before the Bad Girls Club, I was doing nothing but stripping, drinking, and fighting. And I was like, yo, Lord, if you give me this one chance, I swear to God, I will take it and run. And, you know, that's basically what I did. I don't want to go back to my old life. And, you know, being on Bad Girls Club, it might not be a blessing. A lot of girls say it's a curse, but it's definitely been a blessing for me.
No, well, good for you that you, and that's awesome that you're so open and vocal about it and able to give other girls that of where you came from, how Bad Girls actually changed. Because originally, but that's what Bad Girls Club was for. You were supposed to go and learn something from the show, and then it turned into this who's the baddest bitch and who can fight. And so I have two questions for you. I'm going to say both the questions and then answer them. Who would you say was the baddest bitch in the house, one, and then who would you say played the game the best in the house?
I think Valentina's the baddest in the house. She don't put up with nothing.
And would you say she backed up her talk?
Yeah, she backed up. She backed up. She's backed up. She would back it up real quick, like real quick. So I think she was the baddest. I know a lot of girls would say, oh my God, I'm the baddest.
Right.
But, you know, I was just chilling. I'm just a chill chick. Like, I was in the Bad Girls Club for a different reason. I was on there for being promiscuous. So it wasn't really, you know, rah-rah. It was a different place for me. But
and so who would you
Valentina was the best one. I think Shannon played the game good, man, because she is good, like, every episode. Yeah, she has a little bit of beef, but she's not getting body slammed like she should have in certain situations. Like that Kunta Kinte thing, I thought it was a wrap for her, you know? Like, I thought it was over. Like, they woke me up and everything.
And you was not having it. All right, so now, all right, you say that we're gonna get more storyline from you. Valentina next week and Alicia are gonna get into their business. Can you give us a little sneak,
just a little
something of what we can expect from upcoming seasons?
She's like,
I can give it to you in 3 words.
Okay.
Like, oh. Man, so basically, you know, you'll see a lot of backstabbing. This is not only the next episode, but this is, you know, I haven't seen them all entirely, but I know for sure you will see a lot of sex, backstabbing, and surprises.
That's all we want.
This is where it starts getting good. You know, like, I wasn't in tonight's episode a lot, but this episode definitely had a lot of content in it that was just sustainable. You know, like, it was good. It was a good episode because it gave you a lot of different angles. Before, like, a lot of the other stuff, I was like, you know, this is kind of boring. Like, what are they doing? You know, it's just, but it's Bad Girls Club, and it's, you know, the editing is very bad girlish. So I think it's going to start getting really good. Like, you already established your relationship, your favorites, who you don't like, who you do like. So you guys are much more involved now. So you definitely start seeing a lot of backstabbing, a lot of sex, and a lot of surprises and love and all that. all of that's going to be coming up soon.
Excellent. Well, Stephanie, thank you so much for calling in. Again, where can we follow you and where can we check out? You said you have a website, so why don't you give that a shout out?
Yep. Well, my Twitter is It's Shay Gorgeous, and I know everyone's like, oh, it doesn't say Stephanie, but Shay was my old name. So,
but if you Google
It's Shay
Stephanie,
Gorgeous is my Twitter name.
Yeah.
Steph Shay George is my Instagram. It's crazy because I have so many the more followers on Instagram than I do on Twitter.
Really?
It's crazy. But
they want to see you, that's why.
Steph Shay George is my Instagram, and then my website is stephaniegeorge.com.
All right, well, there you guys have it. Well, Stephanie, thank you so much for calling in. Next time you're in LA, please come in studio.
And let's get on some music.
Yeah, we will go out and have fun, all of that. You already know.
And let's get on some music.
Next time in LA, we will definitely link up.
Absolutely.
We're linking on music too, trust.
There you go. All right, thank you so much, Stephanie. We'll talk to you later.
Peace.
On that note, let's head into predictions.
And now,
what a breath of fresh air.
AfterBuzz TV.
I mean, I'm glad she gave us that because she wasn't giving us too much on the show. So I'm glad she could back it up. I mean, it was a hot mess tonight between Valentina. I mean, you know, for her to say that Valentina was the baddest in the house, I mean, I wish we could see that because, I mean, I just wrote that she was gobbling like a rabid turkey at the end, like talking about her integrity. I guess the integrity thing, I wrote integrity down because it didn't make sense right then and there. But I guess if she felt ways about Gucci Mane and Waka Flocka looking at her some type of way, I could understand that.
What the hell are y'all talking about? It's Gucci Mane and Waka Flocka, the kings of ratchet music.
What? Hey. Right, that's why I'm surprised they wasn't down with. But I mean, they might have thought.
I could see if
they
it
might have
was
thought
Jay-Z.
They might have thought
Justin
Shannon was a
Timberlake,
Sherman. They might have thought Shannon was a Sherman, and they didn't want to deal with that. And maybe Shannon was trying to show her penis. You never know. I'm just saying.
No.
All right, so next week we got Valentina and fighting against Alicia. So like Stephanie said, we're gonna get some mix-ups on the show. That's gonna be an interesting one. You think that's gonna stick?
I don't know yet.
Rocky brings Moses, and she can't because she's in love with Rice and blah, blah,
What is
blah.
up with all
she's
these
a lesbian, and she's dating Zuli.
ugly ass. Never mind.
You never know.
What? I'm going to get called out for judging. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
I'm excited because we're going to get the Nancy versus Rocky fight. That looks like it's going to be going down. And the way they spoke of it, I mean, it seems like Nancy's the rah-rah one.
I hope Rocky goes hard. I mean, I really do. I really am. I root for Rocky. That's my team player right there.
Me too, and I hope you guys are rooting for us because we need you guys to hit us up on iTunes. Please subscribe, rate, download, and leave us a comment. It's super easy. I know, I guess it's hard on the app. A bunch of you guys complained about the app, so just go online on the computer on iTunes and type in Bad Girls AfterBuzz.
Wait, did anybody catch, before you end up the show, did anybody catch when Alicia and Valentina were exchanging in their picnic? She was like, "Do any of your girls know know any other girl's name in the house?" And Valentina just had crickets.
She was mad quiet, like, yeah, I've been talking about all the bitches in the house. And I want to give a shout out to the guy, everyone who hits us up on iTunes. If you guys want to shout out, subscribe, rate, download, leave us a comment with your Twitter handle. Shout out to Latino Cat 323, Valencia Bree, and Heezy420 for you. Thank you guys so much.
Shout out to Team Mykee Wattz. I love y'all.
You guys can follow us at AfterBuzz TV on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter at DJ Jesse J.
At Mykee 3000 Watts.
Until next week, same time, same place.
Peace.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later, bitches!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.